What is the deal? What is the deal, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Our NFL season for me is officially over. I stated if we're going to if we're going to lose, I wanted it to be one of the later games, maybe even the last game of the season. And what we just witnessed was we witnessed utter stupidity. We witnessed some stupid shit that just happened. Very pivotal play at the end of the game. The Colts had just scored 10 unanswered points. The Miami Dolphins get the ball down near the goal line. I forget what the previous plays were leading up to that play, but the Colts offense had been moving the ball. They had all the momentum on their side. And hold on. Anyway, yeah, they had all the momentum on their side. Um, it's 3rd and 10. I think it was 3rd and 15. And instead of going out and trying to pick up the first down, we come up and we run a run with Kenyon Drake, which would have to be a colossal mistake in order for the in order the in order for the play to have worked for us, it would have to be an absolute it would have to be a busted play. Instead of putting the ball up and trying to get the first down, we go out there and we run the ball with Kenyon Drake, and we end up punting the ball into a situation which, I mean, we're down at the goal line. I think we had two timeouts, and we ended up punting the ball into a situation where all the hot Colts offense that had been moving the ball had just scored 10 unanswered points. All they had to do was get 2 first downs, and the game is over. And here now we sit at 5-6, and the season is pretty much over. Our season it's over. To me, 10 wins is a threshold. It is a threshold in order for us to get into the playoffs, and I just don't see it now. And I would not understand the concept of going 8-8 or 7-9. I would rather fucking lose out. And here's Stephen A. Smith questioning the same thing. Stephen A. Smith just sent out a tweet. Let's take a look at it. He just said the same thing that I said about that last drive for us. Stephen A. Smith says, just watch the Miami Dolphins lose to the Colts. Yes, there was luck with another 3 TD game, but here's the big question. What in the hell was Adam Gase thinking by taking the ball out of Ryan Tannehill's hands on the last drive? What the hell are you paying him for? And the bigger question is, you have a hot Colts offense They've just scored 10 unanswered points going down the field on us. All they need is 2 first downs, and they get into field goal range. The game is tied. How in the hell do you hand the ball off to Kenyon Drake there, knowing there's a huge chance that he's not going to pick up the first down? Why do you not allow your quarterback to throw the ball? I don't understand that at all. I don't get it. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. What's going on, Ron?
Not much, man. Just listening to your comments. I agree, and I agree with Stephen A. What the hell are you thinking? You had some kind of momentum on your offense, and you shut it down with 10 minutes to go. And you're allowing your defensive coordinator to fucking go into fucking cover 2 shell zone underneath, and you're just letting the other team march down the field. I mean, what the hell? You call a rollout bootleg, the tight end screws up, stays in to protect, and he's the read for the route. And you don't have the when you bootleg, you don't have any other routes going. You're just using everybody to clear shit out for underneath. And the Colts are playing underneath, man to man. You two incompletes. Then you hand the ball off on 3rd and long. You hand the ball back off to a team that's already got the fucking momentum. You're calling blitzes. You're blitzing from the outside. They're running straight up to center, and the guard, they're just running right at 56, their first-round draft pick, Quentin Nelson. I just don't get it. We 10-point lead too. We had a 10-point lead, and we're handing the ball to them, and we're just. I don't understand it, dude.
Absolutely and completely ridiculous, man.
And what's with all the zone? They're on purpose lining up T.Y. Hilton anywhere away from Xavier Howard.
Yep.
They don't want him anywhere near him or Jones. So they're running him. They line him up in the backfield a couple times. Let him run a wheel route against linebackers. And Burke's sitting there. Oh yeah, let's just go ahead and let Kiko run with him. What?
that play
instead of Gase getting hot and getting mad that the momentum is slipping, he could see the momentum slipping. His choice, instead of getting in his defensive coordinator's face and trying to figure out what the hell's going on, he grabs his fucking ball, walks over to the fucking bench where no one's sitting, and sits fucking down and just plots his fucking ass right there. If I'm the owner and I'm watching, we go 10 points up on the road, and at that time we had all the momentum. Our special teams were killing people. Our defense was taking the ball away at that time, and we were running the ball with Gore and fucking Drake. And we're throwing those crossing routes and the clear out with Carew, and he mossed that dude. We stopped calling all those plays, and we're going to run a fucking bubble screen to our slowest guys. Throw a 3-yard behind the line of scrimmage to fucking Devontae Parker. He's going to do what? Throw it to fucking Danny Amendola 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage. What is he going to do? I don't. And now Drake's probably hurt. He was holding his arm the whole time, and he didn't get up really fast. And he's our last dynamic, can run, can catch, can block, can do whatever you want, and he's our main returner now. The Jakeem's on IR.
Talking about Kenyon?
Yeah, Kenyon.
Yeah.
Now he's hurt. We don't know how severe. And so now what are we going to use for a returner? Danny Amendola is going to return our punts and kicks. I love Ballage, but we're going to trust all that responsibility to a rookie and Ballage as a rookie to be our punt return and kick returner. We now have no team speed, man.
At 5-6, we
It's
basically
over.
we have to go we have to be perfect in these last it's I hate as a fan to walk through the rest of this season and just have that kind of helpless feeling, but we got the Bills, which might be a win. And if I'm not mistaken, the Bills played pretty well today.
They're on a 2-game win streak right now, and they're hot.
We got the
They're
Patriots.
running the ball with LaShawn McCoy, and they've finally found some young receivers that can get open.
Yep. We got the Patriots. We got the Vikings. We got the Jaguars, and then we got the Bills again. One of those Bill games is going to be in their house, and
Yep.
that's always a tough place to win.
Yep, and it's going to be cold as fuck.
It's folks.
And the Jags are getting hot. Their defense is playing good again, and now their offense is figuring some stuff out. So that's not going to be no easy road. And you look at the Vikings. The Vikings are starting to get healthy.
Yep.
Who are we supposed to? The easy games we've already lost. We shit our pants in Houston, and we had that game. We should have had that game under control. All we had to do is bench Brock Osweiler and put anybody else out there, even fucking Ballard. Even Ballard's running the Wildcat. I mean, we had him on the ropes. Our best throw was from Danny Amendola to Kenyon Drake.
Yep.
27 quarters without a touchdown. Wrap your mind around that one. We were the last team this whole season to score on their first drive. We finally did it today. That beautiful play to Kenyon Drake.
This.
Did you see at the end there before your feed went and the players were coming out on the field? Did you see the look that Tannehill had on his face, dude? He is pissed.
Yeah.
But where was his energy? He should have walked over to Adam Gase. I'd have been poking that motherfucker in the chest. I'd be like, what the hell you think you're doing, dude? This is my team. He shouldn't have run what Gase called. I wouldn't have. I'm too competitive. I'd have just said, you know what, screw you. You're not taking the ball out of my hand. And I wouldn't have run that stupid ass fucking bootleg either. I'd have stood in the pocket and delivered to somebody downfield. But that's what I don't get. I don't get this team. Even with all the injuries, we still have some dogs out there that can play. We still got Kenyon Drake. We still have Gore. Did Gore look like he gave up?
No.
And we got to see a small taste, but why was there only one target to Carew?
Yep.
He mossed that dude on the outside, dude.
I've been
Where
waiting.
the fuck is Kenny Steele, dude? I haven't seen shit of him since week 2.
Exactly.
I know he was hurt for 2 games?
Yep.
But fuck, those were last month and a half ago. He comes on the field today and he gets 3 penalties. And 1 target, and it was picked.
I was just finna ask, did he have any catches?
He had 0 catches, dude, 1 target.
Oh yeah. That deep pass that Tannehill threw up to him but the safety recovered and got over there and slapped it away, and
Yep.
he almost picked it off.
Yep. Can you imagine, dude, if we actually had some decent coaching that last 10 minutes?
Man,
If he could have just did one thing. You have 8 minutes and what is it, 30 seconds or whatever it is on the clock when you get the ball inside the 10-yard line. And you literally kill only 30 seconds of clock.
yep.
You could run one handoff up the middle on first down, let the guy get tackled for either no gain or a couple of yards lost. And you could squeak that clock out and kill 35 seconds. We run 3 plays and the punt and only killed 30 seconds. And we're supposed to believe, we're in some good hands with the good coaching. And I've been sitting here all season long defending fucking Adam Gase, is defending his play calling, that there are wide receivers open and shit. It's just we're receiving some horrible ass quarterback play. I've been defending this motherfucker all year long. And now we finally we can agree on, right, that Tannehill wasn't horrible today.
He wasn't.
He was throwing in time. He only made, one time he missed a handoff timing because he took too many steps. It looked like, I think he got stepped on from the line. So he missed the handoff to Gore, which still worked out. He still gained 8, 9 yards.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And then he made one late throw because the guy was open. He was just do it just a little bit sooner, it would have been a completion. But you take two or three negative plays from Tannehill off. What are we doing in 10 minutes? And then I don't understand why we're sticking with Burke. His defensive calls with the personnel that we have. We're only missing William Hayes on IR and Vincent Taylor on IR. We still have all of our corners except for Cordrea Tankersley, who only played one game and got hurt in the game that he played in. So it's not like we're missing him because he wasn't a starter in the first place.
Right.
And we have the full complement of our linebackers, Kiko, Baker, and McMillan. We have our full complement of safeties, Jones, TJ, and fucking Walt Aikens. I just don't get it. We have a full complement of our defense except for 2 players. And his best thing is to let the Frank Reich of the Colts dictate who's playing up against T.Y. Hilton instead of just making T.Y. beat Xavier Howard and leaving all the other scrubs to McCain, Minkah Fitzpatrick. But his infatuation with running 3 linebackers on obvious passing downs when the other team goes 3 and 4 wide receivers, and we're still out there with McMillan and Baker and Kiko instead of bringing in 2 extra DBs to cover those wide receivers. We would have made 1 first down. We could have made that last game-winning drive for the Colts so much more difficult.
Exactly.
Just a first down.
Yeah. It would have made them have to at least burn some timeouts.
Where was the up-tempo? Carew in the slot or Parker in the slot with Carew lining up outside. There was no isolation plays for Stills. We had 1 play for Gesicki, and the linebacker made a good safety made a good tackle and made him fumble. But why are we going away from him? He was open. And now we got the Jaguars coming up. We got the fucking Bills coming up. We got the Vikings coming up. And the Patriots, I don't see where we're going to win 2 games. We might only split the Bills 1 game. And who's the other easy win out of that?
Mm.
I say just fuck it and tank it now.
That to me, that's what needs to happen.
Just pull Tannehill out. Uh, throw Fails out there.
Yep. Let's see what we got in fails.
Just let him get. Even if he gets killed, let him get killed. Who gives a fuck? Bench bench Larson and see what we have in Asiata, either right or left guard.
Let's see what we got in Leonte Carew. Let's give him some more snaps and
Yeah,
target.
throw him out there, wide receiver.
Yeah.
Uh, shut down Gore. Invent some fucking injury that he can't play, and throw Ballage out there and see what he can develop into.
Yep.
Might have no choice with if Drake is legitimately hurt. That all we have now is Perry, Gore, and Ballage. So Drake might be shut down just out of because he got fucking drilled. I don't know what we do, dude. I was surprised at how well Tannehill played. I thought he was going to be trash,
He played well.
but he had some good zip.
Yeah.
But where's all these killer route designs that Gase was using when Osweiler was out there? The rub routes, the clearing out and creating wide open space for guys one on one, making matchups. What does he think Tannehill's going to do? Go out there and invent and open when there's nothing open? I mean, I'm asking you. I don't understand. I don't get it.
I don't either.
Our only legit speed out there right now is Kenny Stills and Kenyon Drake. Carew's not fast. Amendola's not fast. Parker, he doesn't play fast because he's confused. Or he comes, you don't know if he's going to come ready to play or if he's just ho hum. I don't really care. And Carew looked hungry, so why didn't we feed him? Gasecki looked hungry. Why didn't we feed him? O'Leary's a killer tight end. Why didn't we feed him?
I haven't seen O'Leary since the last time he was in that game and he caught that short touchdown down by the goal line.
Yeah, since then all he's done is block. He stays in for mass protection. And that bootleg where Tannehill had to throw it in the dirt, that
Yep.
bootleg was designed for O'Leary to go out in the route, but he stayed in and helped Juwan James maintain the edge there. And Tannehill didn't feel the backside. Ted Larson let his guy go. That's who was chasing Tannehill from the backside. Was the backside defensive tackle got off of Larson. I'm going to be curious to see how many snaps that Wake actually got. He didn't look like he was out there very much. Only seen him come in the second quarter there, and he was all over Andrew Luck.
Yeah, he kept coming around that corner and beating that tackle. One
That's
time.
that rookie. That's that rookie. Me and you liked out of Auburn. That Braden Smith. He's
Yeah.
supposed to be a guard. He was a guard at the Senior Bowl.
Yep.
Colts turned him into a Pro Bowl right tackle. I don't see a quarterback coming out that can come and compete to be anything. I don't see a Baker Mayfield with killer instincts, and I don't see a maneuverable guy that has good throwing like Lamar Jackson. I wasn't sold on either Josh's either.
I'm wondering, like even if we come in there and we get a quarterback if we keep this same coaching staff, is it gonna matter much?
See, now I'm having to say the same thing. Will it really matter with the same coaching? Because if we look at how we built this team last, Chris Greer's really given this coaching staff some talent.
Mm-hmm.
We've upgraded the secondary by a lot. When Gase took over, we had to trade for Maxwell, and we literally only had Bobby McCain, who still wasn't anything yet, and Lafayette Pitts and Tony Lippett before Tony Lippett showed anything. There wasn't really nothing there at the corner. There was only Jones at safety. There
Yep.
was no linebackers. We had to trade for Kiko Alonso.
Yep.
There was no defensive tackles. We only had Sue. We had Junk after that. And we only had Wake at defensive end. We squandered Olivier Vernon. Just let him walk.
Yep.
And we spent a shit ton on Charles Harris, and he ain't done shit. Except today he got on offsides, gave those fuckers a first down. But my point is though, Chris Gear come in, he grabbed Baker was it Jerome Baker? Sorry, Minka Fitzpatrick,
Yep.
Xavier Howard, fucking got both defensive tackles, Godchow and Taylor. That trade for Quinn was okay. He's better than Branch. And then on offense, we traded for Stills. We fucking brought in Wilson, and we drafted Jakeem Grant. Got Gesicki and Smythe, and they were like worse than we were in the 2016 season. It seems like. We have. Go ahead. Sorry.
I can't help but to think that if this team is the talent that we have right now, if the players that we have right now were with, say, an Andy Reid, our record would be different and our offensive production would be different. If you look at the pieces that we have, the Drake, the Gore, the Gesicki, Stills, Parker, Carew, all of these guys that we have, I feel like if a guy like an Andy Reid had the same roster, we would be better than 5-6.
Yeah. Look at his disciple, that Nagy that goes, he's a rookie head coach for the Chicago Bears. They have less talent than we are. They're sitting at 8-3. They don't have the dynamic wide receivers we've got. They have a tight end that they stole from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that you wanted to bring in, that Brake guy. And they have two dynamic running backs like we have. And they're winning. They're using the talent that they've got.
Yep. I'm just.
I didn't want to admit it that it's Gase, but he shut down the last 10 minutes. We were running the ball. We were keeping Andrew Luck on the sideline. We were moving the ball up and down the field, and we were scoring touchdowns. Our offense scored 3 touchdowns. We were winning games without scoring touchdowns. I'm worried that we're going to keep adding more talent and we're not going to go anywhere because of the coaching.
See, and that's not fair. Even if we add more talent, if the coaching itself is there. If the coaching is right, does it even matter? If we give Burke more talent next year than what we have right now, is it going to matter?
Burke, no.
No.
Because if you look at the scheme that these guys are running, they're he's thinking that a linebacker can cover a wide receiver of T.Y. Hilton or even any other wide receiver. There's no linebacker that can cover a wide receiver. None. Not everybody's Danny Amendola or fucking Julius Thomas. And we weren't even using Danny Amendola. What happened there?
I was honestly
Was
ready. I was ready to celebrate this win.
So was I.
I was like, all right, cool. We're 6-5. We've got some guys who there's some question marks about now. Because after that catch from Carew, I was like, wait a minute, that's on the outside. And he just went up and went up and caught. That's something that I wasn't really envisioning from Carew. I was more envisioning using Carew and more like a slot role. But I mean, he does have some size. I think he's like 6'1", 6'2". I was like, all right, cool. That's something that I didn't think we can get from him. And he went up and he made a big play. So at 6-5, you start, all right, cool. We got this guy, we got that guy, and maybe we can pull it together and get hot and make a run. Because once you're in the playoffs, your record don't matter.
Yeah, it's who can play good that week.
So, but this, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, now we got to go. You said the next game is the Bills, right? Now we got to dogfight the fucking Bills, who are on a 2-game win streak.
We got to go play the Bills. We have to play the Bills.
Then the Patriots.
After the Bills, the Patriots. And after the Patriots, it's the Vikings. Then after that is the Jaguars and the Bills again.
Fuck. That that Patriot Viking Jag 3-week schedule. That's the part all season long that I was thinking we needed to get our early wins and the wins that we needed to get against other teams and allow some. And if we can go 1-3 or 2-3 out of that 3 games, there's no way we're winning all 3. Yep. But now dropping to the Colts, we lost that Bengals game we had in hand. We had the Colts in hand too. 9-7 would have got us, but I don't see it happening now. I think that 6 spots going to the Ravens. I don't think the Patriots want anything to do with the Ravens.
They do not.
They got the defense, they got the running game, and now that quarterback with no pass rush, like we don't have pass rush. How are you going to stop a maneuverable quarterback?
Every single time the Patriots play a quarterback who can move, they get lit up.
So do we.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do. We do.
We were so happy when fucking Tyrod Taylor went to the Browns because, man, every time he's on the Bills, we couldn't tackle that motherfucker. We could have the perfect defense. He'd just make one little juke, and there goes Cam Wake. There goes Andre Branch, and that fucker's, he can either throw it or run it. Even Kaepernick gave us fits when we played San Francisco. Yep. We had those dudes down by 17 points, and he almost brought them back, running the damn ball.
Yep.
I just thought we had something when I saw Carew make that big play. He was blocking, and he was doing good in the rub routes. And Drake was all over the place running and catching. Gore was even catching and running. I don't. I was just waiting for them to get one of the tight ends involved and possibly get Kenny Stills going. If you can get Kenny Stills going early, it creates when he actually runs out to drag people away. If he's catching, the defense pays attention because he's got the speed. But if you're not throwing it to him, why are you going to respect if he's running a post route? You don't have to worry about it because you know he's not going to get the ball.
Adam Beasley is reporting that Frank Gore was pissed about how the game ended.
I bet you anybody that has a competitive fire should have been pissed. Man, I was ready to break the computer, bust the fucking remote, punch a hole in the wall, and I don't even playing or employed by the Dolphins, and it pissed me off. When I played high school football, but dudes giving up always used to make me mad. I'd fight dudes in practice when they gave up. Our defensive line coach, he'd tell me, okay, this guy needs some extra sauce. He isn't waking up. So I'd fucking ringhole that fucker every time. I can't believe Akeem Spence didn't sack him when he got free.
Are you talking about that play
That
where
last drive, yeah, where Akeem Spence came free, it was dialed up perfect. Ziggy Hood ate the double team, and Wake held his ground to free up Spence, and Spence just fucking whiff blocked.
I thought it was Branch in there too, though.
Branch was on the backside because Quinn was on the bench. They called it where they had the guys do the doubles and hold their thing to let him get free. Like the previous play where he stuffed that run.
Yeah.
We slanted the defense to give him, since he's the fastest defensive tackle, they used Burke was wanting him to make the play. He was the free guy.
Right.
Raekwon comes down, hits a D line or offensive line, and he holds a block. So the scheme calls for him getting free and making the tackle. He had that sack on Luck. Luck steps up the pocket and throws down, and Bobby McCain stopped covering his guy in his zone.
Yep.
And there was no deep safety to pass him off, and Bobby McCain went ahead and passed him off anyway. And that's why I don't like Burke calling so much zone, because it creates too much confusion for guys. You don't know if you don't know your actual limit to your zone, you don't know when to pass guys off and when a new dude is coming into your zone. See what I'm saying? Because you start covering one. Say you start covering T.Y. Hilton, and then Ebron comes in your zone. You have to know when to let Hilton go and then go over to pick up Ebron. What's happening is guys are forgetting the actual quarter of the field that they're supposed to cover, and they're creating bigger gaps because they're either not handing a guy off soon enough or they're handing the guy off too soon. See what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because you have a certain amount of grass you're supposed to cover in a zone. And if you haven't everybody play zone, you have to have all the guys knowing their exact assignment. And there's no margin for error. And when you're trying to stop and get a stop, you don't want your players to think so much. You want them just to hit. Like the Colts on that last series, they called zero fucking coverage. It was man behind them, and they were bringing pressure. And if it's a run play, you tackle the run on the way to the quarterback, and if there's no one to tackle on the run, you go straight for the quarterback. And it worked. It put heat on Tannehill. Tannehill threw the ball away. Went with the easy play, handing the ball off, taking the 4-yard loss, and punting. Burke does the opposite. He drops fucking 8 in coverage, and the coverage isn't man, it's zone. And then all you have to do is let the quarterback scramble around long enough, and he can find a hole in the zone. And T.Y. Hilton is one of the best guys, like him and Doug Baldwin.
Yep.
Jarvis Landry, they don't need to be the fastest guys on the field. They're smart where the zones are. They'll run up, stop, and then they'll stop in the blank part of the field. And then they'll catch it, and then they go after the yards after catch.
It's in the garage.
Definitely didn't play a complete game.
No.
Coaches quit at 10 minutes, and then I don't know what Burke was doing those last 2 drives. I guess he was hoping they'd just kick a field goal. Fucking double-digit lead and just blow it like that. I don't get it.
Anyway,
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm about to wrap it up because I gotta.
No problem.
Anyway, folks, we will see you guys next week. What are some of your thoughts, man? Do you think that this season is over with and it's time to tank it out from here? And get ready to head into the draft. We have a stretch of 5 games now where we play the Patriots, the Vikings, the Bills twice, and the Jaguars. Definitely some of those games are winnable, but I don't think all of them are, which is why I thought that coming into those games, we needed to be in a good spot. And at 5-6, we need to win all 5 of our last games. I don't want to be 8-8 or 7-9. It's just fucking dumb. And it serves no purpose. Anyway, man, I will talk to you guys next time. I'm out of here.
Peace.